Welcome to the Wildcast podcast, coming to you from Wildcast Studios with your hosts Adam Lund and Jeremy Boucher.
Oh, welcome back and welcome into the studio for the latest episode of the Wildcast podcast, your unofficial voice for all things Moncton Wildcats. And now welcome into you watching on YouTube. If you're new to the show on YouTube, as always, I am your host Adam Lund, and I am here with my favorite co-hoster, the Masked Singer aficionado, the Hell's Kitchen aficionado, what else we got? Big Brother aficionado, government bringing hockey back aficionado, Mr. Jeremy Boucher. Mr. Boucher, how are you?
I'm doing well, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's sunny.
I feel like we're going to start off by like a conversation like we'd have in the food court of the mall.
Yeah.
How about that weather?
Yes. How about that weather? It's
Holy smokes.
nothing like playoff weather with regular season hockey.
Yeah, I'm showing off the legs here today, and
Sun's out, guns out.
That's right. Well, except the hoodie there, but I got to rep my Collingwood Blues Ontario Junior Hockey League. For anybody who's ever been to Collingwood, Beaver and the Bulldog is one of the best restaurants you'll ever go to.
Oh, really?
Yes, their wings are phenomenal.
Like a pub style?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They got this dry rub that's like Australian lemon myrtle.
Ooh,
Which is fantastic.
that sounds delightful.
There's also tequila and lime. Oh,
Yep.
Good enough to slap your mama.
Yeah, it's 15, 20 degrees outside today? Like it's so weird going to hockey with this kind of weather.
Really nice out. Really nice. But when's our next game? Friday night. And that's going to take a turn for the worse. Probably a snowstorm Friday night. Brings us back to the hockey weather. No complaints. Especially work outside. No complaints.
No, so we've been on podcasting, Spotify, Apple, iTunes for almost 3 years now. And we thought, you know what? We can't harness these pretty faces anymore. So we thought, why not bring it to YouTube? Why not let the people see who we are?
That's right.
And just get a bigger audience, right?
Maybe they'll recognize us around the rink. I know they know you. Yeah, you Jersey.
Yeah,
But I'm kind of like the lone wolf. I just hide up in the nosebleed section, and nobody seems to know who I am because it's tough to really see somebody's face right now.
Yeah,
These
exactly.
Masks, but this is what we look like underneath the masks, and if you think we look good without our masks on, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and we'll be happy about that.
Yes. All right. Well, let's get into the show. Hell's Kitchen. Jordan was finally eliminated this past week. No black coats like you thought maybe, but they didn't do a normal service. They kind of went to two different fundraisers. Sarah McLaughlin, Chris Long. Which did you know Kevin Lowe was there? Kevin Lowe was. I just quickly saw him. He knows a thing or two about winning.
Okay. Yeah.
He was there with Chris Long's foundation, but no black jackets. But they were all kind of in charge of different parts, and you could see that Jordan she knows how to cook, she knows how to be a part of a team. Just showed up, she didn't quite know how to lead.
It's starting to get too predictable. I said
Jordan.
I said Jordan last week, right? I just know this show. I just know that show really.
Well, you've watched it for 19 years, 18
exactly.
seasons, I guess.
You kind of get an idea of what's going to happen, and I don't like those. I don't like when they shut it down for a night. I like when they actually have a service. So hopefully that's back this week. I didn't really enjoy last week's episode. Just not into those closing down Hell's Kitchen for special events, and I like the service. I like when they have the VIP tables in the kitchen and all that. So I just need a service back.
I need a regular service.
Mm-hmm.
What did the blue team won a pool day and it was raining, right?
Yes, yeah. They got to go to like a spa or like a hotel or something, and when they got there, it was raining, so they couldn't even enjoy the pool. But the games room was actually pretty nice. I think I'd probably hang out in that games room.
And the food spread, the barbecue spread.
Oh man, that had my mouth watering more than the show does.
Yes, 100%. So yeah, and now, I mean, you're a Big Brother Canada fan. I am not. I have seen one season, the first season, Big Brother US. So the floor is yours to the YouTube audience. Episode 3 was last Sunday. I don't even know what days they are.
Oh, it's a lot more than episode 3. But I think they've been through 3 or 4 evictions now. So we had Victoria as a house household, Spicy V as she likes to call herself, and she wasn't scared to make big moves. This early in the game, you always seem to people seem to back off and just make they don't want to get blood on their hands. They don't want to have a target on their back. And but no, Victoria was really aggressive. Put up two really big targets. I forget who they were again. Kiefer and Latoya, I think it was. And Latoya actually ended up going home. And later that night, Kiefer had a household. So, on the block 1 minute, and then had a household the next. That was a big move on his part. He put up my boy Rohan and Kyle from the hockey coach from Red Deer.
Right.
And my boy Rohan won that POV, so he's safe again this week. So he's doing well. And they put up Austin as the replacement nominee. So we have Austin and Kyle up for eviction this week.
Okay.
So it should be interesting. Another couple, two targets, this actually makes this season pretty neat because, like I said earlier, it's not common that you see big moves, big players being voted out this early in the season.
How's Tara doing? My random pick of looking at their faces and picking one.
She's doing all right. I think the intensity of the game is starting to get to her.
All right. Okay.
So I don't know if that's going to kind of make her a little vulnerable in the next couple weeks. I think she needs to start aligning herself with other people if she wants to make it further in the game.
Perfect. And if you're wondering why this is a hockey podcast talking about Hell's Kitchen and Big Brother, this all started with our love of the Masked Singer. We're on season 5 now. We've been doing this week after week when it's on. This has probably been the latest we've actually been talking regular season hockey and Masked Singer, and we might get the full season in depending how long of a playoff run, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But Masked Singer Group B was last week. Grandpa Monster, Piglet, Phoenix, Chameleon, Black Swan. You knew who Phoenix was right away. I did not. I didn't know that voice. It was Caitlyn Jenner.
Right off the hop.
Yeah.
Right off the hop. It was, you picked up on the Caitlyn Jenner voice right away. I thought maybe like a Eugene Levy or a Dan, his son Dan. But no, Caitlyn Jenner, just the height of the Phoenix costume. You had I was fairly confident. As soon as I heard the voice, I knew it was Caitlyn Jenner. It was obvious. This is one of the more obvious ones I've ever encountered.
Yeah, once they announced it, you're just like, rewind. Oh, yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. Now, I'm not a big into the Kardashians family, so I don't really know what she sounds like, but I was just, once you got into it, I was like, once I heard the name, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Do you got guesses for the other 4? Because I got one guess, and I don't know who the other 3 are.
I have a few actually.
Yeah.
This was kind of I wouldn't say an easy one, but one for
Black
me
Swan is not
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis. No,
not.
that's not. That was my
Costume's
way too
obvious.
easy, way too early prediction, and it's not even close.
So Black Swan. Do you remember the singer JoJo? She had the song called "Leave, Get Out."
Yeah.
I think it's JoJo.
Canadian, right?
Is she Canadian?
Well, let's just see if Google knows that.
Because we had JoJo Siwa was on
Yeah.
one of the previous seasons. No, she's American.
Oh, okay, cool.
She's from Brattleboro, Vermont.
All right.
So I think it's JoJo. I think it's just it's someone who, she was pretty big. I remember that Leave song by JoJo was a big hit way back in the day.
On Much Music.
Yes, Much Music with Rick
Campanelli.
Yeah, and that blonde-haired guy. I forget what his name is. I'm stumped on this one.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say it.
No.
But I think it's JoJo.
I know Strombolopolis was on it too.
Strombo. Chameleon, I think it is.
Yeah, Chameleon.
Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And my guess for the Piglet is either Nick Lachey or AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys.
Well, as the resident Backstreet Boy guy on this show, I'm pretty sure it's not him. I don't think it's his voice. He's got a pretty distinct. Like Nick Carter, he's got a pretty distinctive voice. For Piglet, I am 95% sure that Piglet is Casey Kale. Casey Cale. And for those of you who don't know him, he was on the 2010 Bachelor season with Ali Fatowski. I'm not a Bachelor guy. In my previous life, my ex-wife watched it a lot, and it was on, so I watched this one season because it was a pure tire fire. This guy was a pure tire fire. A lot of the clues were Bachelor, Bachelorette style. If you remember, the piglet has a heart and kind of an axe tattoo. Casey on the show went and got a heart and a suit of armor type shield for Ali to guard and protect his heart. That was his whole stick. He sang a lot, not well, but he sang a lot. So I'm like 95% sure that Piglet is Casey Cale. And again, the first week brings you with so many clue in here. It'll be interesting to see what happens when we actually get down to the rest of them. Chameleon, I kind of feel like it's an NBA player. I just don't know who. And that's, I don't even know who I'm leaning towards.
Thankfully, we got a couple. Well, it's wild card week this week,
Yes.
so we won't see these singers again for at least a few weeks,
Yep.
a couple weeks. So we've got some time to narrow down our guesses.
Yep. Mass Singer goes tonight. It's Group A. It's wild card night. So again, Russian Doll, Seashell, Robopine, Raccoon, and wild cards. We have no idea what they look like, who they are. They haven't even showed them. So I don't even know how the wild card play will work. But as always, you can follow us now on YouTube, and you can follow us on the social medias on Twitter at Moncton Wildcast and on Instagram at Wildcast Podcast.
Something we haven't done the past few weeks was have a quick question, which
correct.
was we used to have this every week, but we've
We
kind
did,
of been
yeah.
slacking off, haven't been pulling up our socks. So it came up with one. Got the idea from the boys up in Bathurst on Sur la route de Junior. I was going to say it just because I know Adam would botch it.
Yeah.
They kind of gave me the idea last
Yep.
week where they kind of give you this scenario of you are the GM or director of Hawk Operations, whichever way you like your title to be said, of an expansion team.
Which way do you like your title? Would you rather be director of hockey operations
I do,
or
yeah.
general manager?
I like the director of
Okay.
hockey operations.
I
So-
prefer general manager. So
Okay.
all right.
So you're the director. I guess you're the general manager because you like it that way. So you're the general manager of an expansion
Yeah.
team coming into the queue next season, and I want you to name me 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goalie. Now you can't pick more than one player from one team. Be smart about it. If you're a player that's, if you're an 0-1 and they're drafted and signed to an NHL team, chances are they won't be back next year. So be smart about it. And I also want you to tell me where your team would play out of and kind of give me a team name as well.
All right. How do you want to start from the back end out?
Let's do that.
Are we going to alternate, or do you want? Who's going first?
You go first. Tell me your
All
goalie.
So for the goaltender from the Trois Rivières Aces,
Okay.
that is my team.
Very
yeah.
good.
We are going to go with. I'm a big believer in having a veteran in the back, especially with an expansion team. You want to get fans in the rink. You want to win. So I'm going to go with Jonathan Lemieux, coming off what could be a championship season this year with Val-d'Or, maybe a goalie of the Western Conference. I'm going to go with from the Val-d'Or Fourier, Jonathan Lemieux.
Nice choice. Nice
Thank you.
choice. So I'm bringing a team back to Granby, Quebec.
Nice.
I haven't had a Q team since 1997 when they moved to.
Okay, Breton.
You got it. So I'm going to stick with the old previous name. We're going to be the Granby Predators.
I
Or the
like it.
Predator,
Yeah.
the Granby. And I'm actually going to stick with my goalie. I'm staying here in Moncton, and I'm going young. I'm going with Vincent Fillon for my goalie.
That's a good goal, and I'm sure we're going to talk about him in a little bit.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. All right, you want to go with the what are your defensemen, or you want?
Yeah, I'll start with I'll go
Okay.
with my D. So I'm gonna have Vincent Fillon in net. On my D, I'm gonna have Evan Noss from the Quebec Ramparts,
Good one.
and I'm also have Isaac Beliveau from Gatineau.
All right, I'm gonna go Tristan Leno from Gatineau, the Olympique, and then from Rimouski, I'm gonna go with Jeremy Biakabatuka.
Oh,
Big physical
Yeah,
defenseman.
yeah, I like
sets the tone. And you know what? You can't pick from the same team. Him and Lemieux kind of know each other. There's a little bit of familiarity there. So I'm gonna go with him on the back end.
I like it. Forwards, I'll get you to kick this one off.
All right, forwards. If anyone's been listening to the show on the podcast version, and now you're going to find out, big Zach Leroux fan. We both are. We wanted him to be picked by Moncton. He was. We hated sending him away. But my forward from Halifax is Zach Leroux. My centerman is from the Shawinigan Cataract, Maverick Bork. And then you got to go hometown pick. Fastest kid alive, Johan Loshing from the Moncton Wildcats. I think that's a pretty good 5 to get some butts in the seats with some W's.
What I like about this game is we didn't have a single duplicate.
Yeah, we thought we might.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be maybe a defenseman that we might have that we might have both had, but I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah.
So my 3 forwards, I'm going to Bathurst. I'm taking Riley Kidney.
That's a good one.
And then I'm going to Val-d'Or to grab Justin Robidas as my center.
Mm-hmm.
And then on my right side, I'm going to Shawinigan to get Olivier Nadeau. So I've got...
so we got the same teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got, I think it's 3... I've got 2 03s. I'm not sure. Riley Kidney, you see an 03 or an 02? I'm drawing a blank right now on that.
He was drafted last year.
Was he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so he was an 03 then?
Yeah.
So I've got 3 03s on my forward group. I've got 2 02s on the back end. I've got an 04 in net. So little combination of talent, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But still, every player will be back next year and having big years.
That's the key. The key is for the rest of your team is set up by who you took in goal. Because if you took, if I didn't take Lemieux from Val-d'Or, I was taking Robidas.
Right.
I didn't want to take Moncton because Filion, because I kind of thought you did. And if you're gonna build a team, you got to have a veteran type goaltender for me. So it's your goaltender was set up by who was your first pick?
First pick?
Like when you did it.
I took Filion as my first pick.
Was he?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I wanted to start young and then work my way out. I'm happy with my team.
Well, yeah, of course you are.
all the GMs are Adam, Jeremy Boucher here reporting for the Wildcast podcast.
Yep.
You just finished your first career, I guess your first ever expansion draft. How do you feel about going into the season in Trois-Rivières?
Well, obviously, first of all, thanks for having me on. You know what? I think we've got a good mix. I think we've got a little bit more of a veteran crew than most expansions. I really like Lemieux in the back end. And I think Biaka Patuka is just that mean defenseman that you want. And our skill up front is second to none, and we'll compete and we'll win a lot of hockey games. This is Adam Lynn from the Wildcats podcast. I'm here with Jeremy Boucher of the Grand Prix Predator, the director of hockey operations. You've just finished your first expansion draft. Just give me a feel on what you think your team can do this season.
Well, really surprised that these players were made available from their franchises. So
yes, that's the first one.
We had that opportunity to grab 5 really good players right off the bat. We feel they're going to be make immediate impact. And once we're out there, we know that everybody's going to be contributing and all lines are firing, and it's going to feel great. Absolutely.
That is a perfect hockey interview, and I think actually Kidney was drafted 2 years ago. I don't even remember when he was.
Okay.
He was drafted in 2019, so I couldn't remember.
So quick question.
Yeah, that was a good one.
We're back at it.
It'd be interesting. We'll put that poll on Twitter to see who's Team Adam or Team Jeremy.
There you go.
And see which 5 people.
What's that movie again? With the vampires?
Vampire Diaries?
No,
Twilight.
That's it.
Team Jacob, team
team
whatever.
Team Adam or you Team Jeremy?
I like it. All right, let's get to some news and notes from around the queue.
News and notes from around the queue.
We're going to the playoffs.
Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Yeah, that's what we thought maybe early in the season when we didn't know if we were going to make the playoffs. But again, for the third straight year since I've been here, not a big deal. Moncton is qualified for the playoffs, and spoiler alert, every team qualifies for the playoffs. The Q announced today. So their final protective environment is March 31st to April 2nd. Baie-Comeau, Sherbrooke, Red-Noranda, Victoriaville. Should have kept track. Did every team host in a protective environment?
No
I'm going to have to go look at that because
no idea.
Yeah.
That's not something I'd keep track of.
No, I just hit me as I was reading the names. I was like, So they're going to finish March 31st to April 2nd. That's their final one. So I'm guessing that's when I wrote the show doc. That was the end of their season. They're moving into the playoffs sooner rather than later. So their qualifying rounds, best of 5 series from April 8th to 15th. Each division, the 6th seed will face 3, while 5 plays against 4. Positions 1 and 2 will receive the bye, which we kind of thought the Maritimes division would do. And then the second round, the lowest seed takes on number 1. The second lowest seed takes on number 2, and so on as we get going. The quarterfinals, what do they got here? The West will play the lowest from the East. So they kind of cross over, and the 2 winners will advance to the semifinal round. But bringing it back to closer to home, the 6 Maritime teams will qualify for the playoffs. 6, 5, and 4 will play 2 knockout games. So 6 will play 5. Team 4 will wait. The winner of that will play Team 4, while the other 3 teams will sit and watch a 1-game knockout.
Yeah, so if you look at the standings right now, you get a 1-game knockout between Cape Breton and Halifax, and Moncton's waiting. So
we'll take it.
We'll take it, right? Because, I mean, you got to look at it this way, folks. When last season ended, we had a night. We figured that, we figured we might lose some games. We knew we'd be losing Pelche. We knew we'd be losing Spence, and other pieces along the way. They're guaranteed 1 playoff game, which to me was 1 game more than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't, if we were going to go with the regular playoff scenario where the bottom 2 teams don't make the playoffs, I'm not saying that I thought Moncton was going to be a bottom 2 team, but it didn't look fantastic, but they're definitely doing a little better than I was expecting. So one playoff game, I'll take it. Right, we'll take it. If we're literally waiting for Halifax and Cape Breton to
beat each other up and we get the survivor,
even better, right?
Yeah.
It's but in all honesty, I just because we have to wait until at least the 19th of April to get that bubble, I don't think we'll be seeing Charlottetown. I don't think we'll be seeing Halifax, and I don't think we'll be seeing Cape Breton for the rest of the season
until the playoffs.
Yeah. So we have to fight against St. John and Bathurst for the rest of the regular season
to stay ahead of we've got to fight with those 2 teams to stay ahead of.
Exactly. So points are very important, and I think we'll get into it later on about how that game Sunday afternoon was kind of a little hurts a little when it comes to points. So we'll get into that, but hey, I'll take a 1-game playoff. If it's in Moncton, I'll be even happier.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably going to be whoever the highest seeding team is that gets that home. If Moncton's in the 5-6 game against, you got to think it's Cape Breton.
Yeah.
I really don't think Cape Breton's going to get so many wins from now until the end of the season to catch Moncton, considering they're playing teams. I mean, they're not going to beat Charlottetown.
No.
Though they might win a couple games against Halifax, but I don't think they're going to be able to surpass or get into that 5 slot.
Mm-hmm.
So that that 5 slot would be the home game, which would be huge. Anytime you get a 1-game knockout at home ice, pressure's on you. But I think the team is young enough, and they'll want that experience, right? They'll want to go. They'll want more, right? They'll be hungry for more.
Yeah, and Richie's talked about it a few times in some interviews. 18 games, they're basically 2 games now under 500. You're taking that, and I thought I liked the 1-game knockout because there's so much pressure, but I was hoping for like a best of 3 kind of scenario. So at least you have that 1 bad game and it's over. It sucks, but it's.
I didn't realize this, but Cape Breton has more wins than Halifax.
Do they?
Yes, they have 12 wins, and Cape Breton has 12, and Halifax has 11.
Yes. The old overtime losses.
Halifax has the same number of wins as the Acadie Bathurst Titans.
Yep.
Gotta love those winning percentage. Those winning percentages. Yeah, those overtime losses are big for Halifax right now.
And Moncton got one of them.
4 points up on 4 points up on Cape Breton, but it's really the point. It's really the percentage right now, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that's actually a tighter race. It's gonna be a tighter race than I thought.
Yeah, and Moncton and Halifax have been flip-flopping for the past while, and not only do we want to make the playoffs, not only do we want to have home ice in the playoffs, we also want to stay out of that bottom five. Because as part of that LaRue trade and Grew and McIsaac, they have our first overall, so
That's
first
right.
rounder. So it does become a lottery pick if we finish in the bottom five. Some other news. Jacob Stewart and Liam Leonard were both suspended 2 games for a staged fight in the game on Sunday, March 21st. I've got thoughts on this, and I'll probably keep them until we get to the recap. But I see what the Q is doing with the staged fight. I thought it'd be, Denis had tweeted maybe it was 1 game. I think I'm a little bit surprised it's 2. But they're trying to really crack down on fighting by kicking them out, giving them large penalties, and now you get 2 minutes for stage fighting. So,
I mean, I could stage a fight with you right now. It doesn't mean I'm going to miss the next 2 podcasts, right?
I will though after getting my ass kicked.
I'm a teddy bear. It's the rules are the rules, right?
Yeah.
It was. I don't think it was Jacob Stewart's first stage fight.
No.
Which was why it was an automatic 2-gamer. If it was his first, I think it'd probably be a 1-gamer. But that's just what sometimes the cards you got to play the hand that you get, right. And I've been pretty tough on him, I guess. Not necessarily calling out his name in cases, but he's. I think I can't complain with what he's brought.
No,
he's been a lot better than I was expecting from someone who I thought maybe his job was on the line in training camp. So I'm happy, and to me, I think he's played himself into a spot next season.
Yeah, I would. If I go back and look, the game on Saturday, that wild one, he was 12-16 in the faceoff dot. Like, he's really worked on his faceoffs. He's become an excellent penalty killer with Francis Langlois.
He's a leader.
Yeah, so it's going to be tough to lose him for 2 games.
I've been probably his number 1 critic, right?
Yep.
I haven't been a big fan of Jacob Stewart since he came into the league. No offense, Jake.
But not the person. We love Jake the person.
Just the player.
It's the on the ice,
right?
Sometimes.
But I have nothing but good things to say.
Yeah.
He has surpassed my expectations this season, and I'm happy for him.
And so so Jake will miss the Wednesday game tonight against Bathurst, and he will miss the final home game of the March restart on Friday against St. John. So a little bit of a better trade-off for St. John there if you taking both of those players out of the lineup, but I'll get into that a little bit later. So your team of the week finally had a Wildcat as part of it. So your forwards were Mannix Landry, Jacob Hudson, and Xavier Bargault. Noah Lowen, Luca Cormier were the defensemen, and Colton Ellis was the goaltender. I don't know if Colton Ellis is going to let a puck in again.
He's something else. He's having a really good year.
And you can say what you want about the teams he's playing, but you still got to stop the puck. There's some skill in Halifax.
There is,
and
there's players that can get it past in Cape Breton too. Like, it's now I know why Now I know why St. Louis signed him. I probably wouldn't have said that 2 months ago. I just thought maybe he was a little, I wouldn't say overrated, but
he was behind 2 really good Rimouski teams too.
Yes. Yeah. So I thought maybe he was just kind of a beneficiary of being on good teams. Yeah. He's on a very good team in Charlottetown still, but he's, like you said, he's stopping the puck. Yeah. And what's 18
shutouts.
18th career shutout.
Yeah.
Then that's a league record or something like that too. That's crazy. Like, that's big ups to Colton Ellis.
Yeah, it kind of reminds us last year of Rodrigue. Come in from a very good Voltigeur team, took him a while to get going, but after the Christmas break, he really started to just bear in. We didn't let a goal in for the final 2 games before the shutdown. Like, he shut out Valdor, or shut out the Voltigeur, and shut out the Eagles. So, it's a product of who you play, but it doesn't take much to have a bounce here, a bounce there, and you don't have that shutout. He's been dialed in, and they look like a team that them and Valdor are set to meet, but you never know when you get to the playoffs. Maybe we'll be the 4 seed against the 1 seed and shock the world. Maybe we'll be the 4 seed and shock the... I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. All right. So that's your news around the notes. So let's get to the rewind.
Weekly Rewind.
What a wild week, no pun intended, for the Wildcats as they go 1-1-0-1. They fall to 7-9, 1-1 for a .444 percentage. Good enough for 4th place in the division. All right, let's get into this thing. Wednesday, we're always expecting hard-fought games against St. John. They've been back and forth. Wildcats 6-2. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Just a very tight game, and just exploded in the 3rd period for 3 goals. Just kind of, aside from one shift, and it was just after the penalty. I think it was the Pilote hooking penalty in the 2nd. St. John had it in the zone for about 4 minutes. They were changing. They had shots, and other than that shift and maybe a few other spots, they didn't look like the team that was supposed to dominate Moncton. I think Moncton controlled a lot of that hockey game.
Oh, 100%. It was a lot of Moncton. I think it just comes back to what I've been saying about St. John, right? It's if you hit them, you're gonna have a really good chance to win.
Yep.
And they hit St. John. They were super aggressive. They were pesky. They were opportunistic. You name it. That was the Moncton Wildcats were that. I think opportunistic is probably the best word to describe that game. It's funny because during the first period, I tweeted something about the Wildcats being a bakery because they're cooking up some fresh turnovers. But really, at the end of the game, it was, you look back and it was literally Moncton just took advantage of all the St. John turnovers. That was wild. You don't expect this team to go into St. John and win 6-2. And so I didn't expect that. I was very happy with that performance. That's the team that we need. And if that's the team that we get, for the rest of these games, we're going to win.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to win. This is the performance that the team needs to bring every night. That's the goaltending we need every night. I don't think there's a single thing I can say bad about that game. The turnovers in the first period, yeah, okay, sure.
But it didn't end up in the back of the net.
Right. And
for this team to win, DLC has to have the A games. And this was his A game, right? And the whole team has to have an A game. We're not going to get away with a B effort or a C effort. A plus, maybe B minus. But for the most part, you got to have an A game every night. And Wednesday night, they absolutely brought an A effort, outshooting the Sea Dogs 13-5 in the 3rd period. And
you don't score 6 goals on 25 shots on Zakima every night.
No.
So I think it started. I mean, St. John got that first goal shorthanded, and then Moncton came back with their own shorthanded goal
by the aforementioned Jake Stewart.
Right. So that for me, that was kind of where it started to come around.
Yep.
Once you shorthanded goals will lift up any team, but you saw St. John kind of take advantage of it. They had their first goal was shorthanded, but then you come right back and kind of even things out. Same thing with your own shorthanded goal. Yeah, you're back on level playing field, but it evens everything out, and then you just have to pick away at it. You get a late goal in the first period, and that was. I have nothing wrong to say about that effort.
Nope.
There's, they
always talk about the goals in the last minute of a period, and Barbashev, who, good Lord, that guy's driving the bus, and we'll get into in a minute. That goal in the third, like with 30 seconds left, I think it kind of deflated St. John. Like they come out in the second, and I mean they outshot them 16-5, and DLC was on, but it kind of took the wind out of their sails. They were down 2-1 going into the first period instead of 1-1, and now they get the first one in the second. It's a completely different hockey game.
Right, and you look at it, St. John got that tied it up at 2. It was late in the second period. And then you're thinking, okay, well, crap, they're going to get that. It wasn't late. I think it was like 5 minutes left. They're like, okay, they're going to have that momentum the rest of the period and going into the third period. But no. Moncton ties it up like, 30 seconds later?
30 seconds later, yeah.
So, and that to me is what kind of, St. John had that momentum, right, for 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. And then it was deflation. That's what brought St. John kind of back down to the earth. And third period, all Moncton. Moncton just seems to be a third period team ever since the restart.
That's a perfect transition because I have the evidence to back that up, sir.
There we go.
All right, first period, their goals for 19, goals against 17. Second period, not so much. Goals for 18, goals against 33, and then they're dead even in goals for and goals against with 27 goals for and 27 goals against. So they come out firing on all cylinders, and then that second period, it's like they go in and like, can we not have intermissions? Can we just keep going and then have a third period intermission? But yeah, you're bang on. They seem to, I don't know what's said in the after 40, but they seem to figure it out after 40. And the next one was even more wild than the one before. Vincent Filion got his first start at home, and he battled. Nathan Casey made his Wildcats debut. An 8-7 shootout loss, and it was
old-time hockey.
Yep. 1-1 after 20, 5-4, 6-4, 5-4 after 40, and then 7-7 after 60. Like, that was a fun hockey game to be a part of.
It was fun. It was different. You could tell how much they wanted to get that win for Philia.
Yeah.
It just, it sucks that they didn't, but at the same time, he's going to have way, way more opportunities. I think he knows he could have played better. There was a few saves. I mean, you got to give him credit because I think it was late in the third. St. John might have had a breakaway with 30 seconds left.
Yeah. And
he shut the door. And then in overtime, he shut the door.
Twice. Yeah.
And once you get to a shootout, it just, what a great way to ruin a hockey game. It's going to a shootout.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to complain about that.
It was probably the most entertaining game since Rimouski.
Oh, yeah.
Since the overtime game against Rimouski last season.
Mm-hmm. I think
that's the most entertaining I've been.
This one for me was just like when I'm tweeting during the game, I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Right? It was just every time I turn around, there's a goal, right? And it's like, oh, my God, come on.
Yeah.
That Rimouski game, though, was like, it's not, does it compare? I mean, yeah.
It's the most fun I've had. Like, the intensity wasn't there, but just the fun of the comeback and the goal. We're coming back. Goal, yeah.
Exactly. The Rimouski game was just intense.
Yeah.
It was two really good teams going at it. Superstars on each team.
Yeah.
And an atmosphere was unreal, too.
Mm-hmm.
This game is just, I wish someone had a radar gun on that Jackson Bellamy slap shot.
Oh, that was a rocket.
I don't know how fast that shot was, but my God, that had to be at least 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like that was, I think Filion's still looking for it.
Yeah.
I don't think he can't find it because he didn't even see it. And I think same thing with Loshing's wrister in that game too.
Again, yeah.
But still, I mean, you can tell that Jackson Bellamy shot was a lot faster than the Loshing wrist shot. Holy God.
Yeah, I'm 9 rows up, and I can usually see the puck from slap shots, and I had no idea. I think it was in and out before Filion was moving.
Yeah, it was a laser beam.
His first game, he's everything is advertised. He's athletic. I mean, I lost count of them many times. in close, he's down and up, down and up, down and up. He's not just a butterfly pushing side to side. There's a few goals he'd probably like to have back. The fifth one, I think, it was a tip just through his 5-hole, but it was like he let it in, and then he'd make miraculous saves, or he'd make the easy saves, or he'd just, you can see that
the potential is there.
Yeah, that's a game in more than a year. Was I expecting 7-7, 8-7? No. I was expecting maybe 5-4 kind of thing, but after the first period, I was like, okay, we might have a bit of a goalie battle here between Arsenault, who's no slouch in himself, and Filion. But you could see just, I mean, the guy is dialed in. What do you think of Nathan Casey? Because I'll be honest,
do you notice him getting ice time in overtime?
No, I didn't.
He was on the ice in overtime.
Was he?
As a 16-year-old call-up playing his first game in the queue.
Done.
Like, I got to say something about that. That's the fact that he was on the ice as a 16-year-old playing his first game in the queue in overtime, playing 3-on-3. That gets me excited about him. That gets me excited about. I know Dan Lacroix is a good coach, but it tells me that he's going to be able to develop these players. He's going to give these players the ice time. If we still had a particular coach in Moncton, these 16-year-olds would have their asses glued to the bench, and they would only have the first 3 lines out every game. He rolls the lines. He doesn't care who's out there. He trusts everybody on the ice, and that's huge for these players' development. I was amazed. I was shocked. I look up for 2 seconds, and I see 14 on the ice in white. I'm like, who the hell is 14? I'm like, Nathan Casey getting ice time in overtime. Unbelievable. So I couldn't be happier. I loved it. And that 2-on-1 with him and Loshing, where Loshing just got robbed by Arsenault.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch that highlight, Casey comes out of nowhere to make that play. His speed for a 16-year-old, bonkers. I think he might be faster than Loshing.
Well, we found out why Pavin's faster than Loshing.
Yes, that we did. Yeah. Honest to God, I think Casey might have a step on Loshing. Honest to God.
Wow.
Like, it's you gotta go look back at that highlight of him and Loshing on a 2-on-1. Yeah, Loshing got robbed, but watch, you don't even see Casey in the picture, and then all of a sudden he's right there. Like, it's unbelievable how it comes with being in a hockey family.
Yeah.
When your dad's a coach, you're probably on the ice every day from when you're 2 years old. The first time you can put skates on, you're probably on the ice, and you can tell he is wheeling out there.
And on the ice doing the right things to get faster, not just on the ice.
Future captain. Mark my words, future captain.
Barbashev's missed.
Yes.
Like, for 3 games into a season, and credit the depth of this hockey club, both in the Bathurst game to get 8-7 and then in the 6-5 loss to St. John. Barbashev is missed on that ice.
100%.
100%. Like, it's...
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell. And it's
kind of the same as Loshing was missed in the first couple, right?
Yes. Like it's
these are top 6 forwards that are making an impact on this hockey club.
It doesn't help when you've got like 3 top 6 forwards out of the lineup. Barbashev, LaBelle. I would call Pavin a top 6 forward, but Danielle was out of the lineup too. Yeah. And yes, he's missed. He's day to day. Hopefully he's in the lineup tonight. Don't know about that. I don't see LaBelle in the lineup.
No, he got rocked pretty good.
Yeah, he got folded in half.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping Barbashev's back in the lineup. I know the boys up in Bathurst are hoping to see him. I still don't know. I don't even know what happened. I couldn't even find what had happened to him.
No idea. I thought maybe it was just and it's funny, a maintenance day. You know, I thought maybe 3 games you were going to have back-to-back. I thought maybe they're going to give him...
Load management,
yeah. Which seems funny to say for these guys that have been waiting 4 months. But, you know, sometimes he's been relied on a lot, and he's exuding a lot of energy to help this hockey club. And then Sunday, 6-5, a very, like you said, very heartbreaking, another classic. Like Jamie Tozer, friend of the show, tweeted out I mean, he was at the 8-7 game, and then he tweeted out halfway through 40, it was 5-4. He's like, is this another one? Another classic between Moncton and St. John. They were up 3-0, and you know, on Pat noted, I think it was 3 goals on 12 shots or 7 shots, or 3 goals on 8 shots. Never good. And 3-0 is the worst lead in hockey. Here's the other part. This is why you don't take out fighting in hockey. And you take out, and they're suspended for the staged fight. This was not 2 goons coming off the bench playing their 2 minutes of hockey, and they're just going to fight all night. They tried to make it not staged by skating around for a little bit. But this is exactly why you shouldn't take fighting out of hockey. St. John, Liam Leonard, you know, for what he is as a player, he knew exactly what to do to turn this hockey game around. And his team needed a spark. God love Jake Stewart. You cannot take this fight. Liam Leonard knew what he was doing to spark his club. It absolutely worked. They ended up outscoring him 6-2 in the final 40. And again, that's a better trade-off for St. John, the way Liam Leonard's going, or the way Jake Stewart's playing for us right now. He's a top penalty killer, top face-off guy. As soon as that fight happened, I said in the car to Layla, I said, I will not be surprised if St. John wins this, and that will be the topic of this game for me. A, you need to keep fighting in the game, not the staged goon 2-minute crap. But this is a fight that St. John needed momentum. They'd been outscored, 9-2 in the past 4 periods. They needed something. Liam Leonard knew it. He jumped over the boards. And unfortunately, Jake Stewart's done a lot of good. That's not a fight you can take, because that's 2 points. I'm not saying he cost it. We had tons of chances to win that hockey game. Don't hear what I'm not saying. This isn't all on Stu. But you just can't take that fight up 3-0. So that's my take on that part of the game. Other than that, it was pretty much a classic. I mean, DLC was on. Again, an A game. From what I saw. I didn't see a lot of it, but 51 shots.
Yeah, tough to... He had a lot of rubber thrown at him that game. I don't think there's much for me to add. You pretty much nailed it. That was, when we talk about points, right, and how winning percentage is a big deal this year. Well, points is always a big deal, but winning percentage is what you really need.
Yep.
That 1 point might go a long way. If they could have got it at least overtime, that 1 point could go a long way. And you're 29 seconds away from at least a point. Yeah. Against St. John, a team that I haven't said great things about them, but Moncton got off to a 3-0 lead, and when I saw that, I was on a walk, and I saw a 3-0 lead. I'm like, I'm not feeling comfortable about this lead.
No, I tweeted out, like, it's 3-0, great, but we've seen these teams play these kind of games before, and
it's this game for me was it's a learning experiment.
Yep.
I'm not going to say anything bad. If this would have happened last year, we'd be having a different conversation.
For sure.
I'd be probably dropping some F-bombs left and right here. But I understand it with this team. It's a learning curve. They're going to learn from it.
Yep.
And they've got the right leadership group. They've got the right guys behind the bench to really listen. This is why you play 60 minutes. This is why you play 60 minutes. This is why you don't play 59 minutes and 30 seconds. They had a 1-goal lead with 6 minutes left in the game, right?
Yeah.
When I saw that goal, I got a little excited, and I probably shouldn't have, because against a team like St. John, a 1-goal lead with 6 minutes left, there's a lot of time left.
It was probably one of the hottest lines in the queue going.
Yeah, and they proved it. Right?
Yeah.
It's a learning curve. They'll get over it, and I think they're going to have a pretty good effort against Bathurst. I think they're going to want to make up for it, because they know points are important. We've shown that we can play against Bathurst. Don't know who's going to be out of the lineup. Notice how I'm professionally transitioning into the preview?
I do, and
Notice
we can
that?
go right into that if you
Okay.
want. Yeah. No. Just following up on your lessons, like every game is a lesson. They've played 5 games so far. They've only been blown out once, and that was the first game in 116 days. Got it. The 7-2. I mean, 5-4. They got a point. They 6-2. They won. 8-7. They got that point, and then 6-5. Like that's exactly what they're learning. So, perfectly transitioned by yourself. This is it. I mean, with no schedule after these 3 games, this is pretty much it. It's a game day up in Bathurst tonight. Gotta believe we're gonna see Bednar. I think we only saw Arsenault because it was a back-to-back. You don't have to play him. Like, you don't have to. You can rest him. Not that Chad Arsenault is going to give up 7 again, but step 1 to having a chance against getting 2 points against Bathurst, maybe take Bennett MacArthur.
Give you a good start. What's he got, like 6-7 goals in 2 games or something like that?
Something silly like that. Yeah.
He's if the boys up in Bathurst don't think he's going to be around as a 20-year-old next season, hey, we'll take him.
Yeah,
we'll
100%.
We'll take him.
Yeah.
No, he's been unreal. He's been really good. He's got a heck of a shot, and he's putting up numbers that I didn't think he would be putting up in junior hockey. For me, I thought he was a free agent too. I think they got him as a free. I don't think they drafted him. Maybe I'm wrong.
Nope, invited. I just brought up his stats to check. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He was invited. B, he's got 6 goals in 2 games against us. And since the March restart, he's got 9 goals, 1 assist, and for 10 points. Like,
I remember when
first step, take 61.
Yeah, when Johnny up in Bathurst was saying early in the season, saying he didn't think he'd be around. I think next season, but look, if you don't want him in Bathurst,
we'll gladly take him off your hands as a 20-year-old.
We will take him.
Yeah.
That's his start. Another start for me with Bathurst is how about getting some of these guys back in the lineup? I mean, Barbashev was missed. I don't think LaBelle's going to be there. Pavin might be back. Danielle, I don't know about you. We didn't even mention Miles Mueller.
I was like, wait a minute. There was a guy
I have to mention something about Miles Mueller because when I saw he was, this is nothing against him. I've never watched him play.
No.
Right. Last season, I hadn't even heard of him. I didn't know who he was, what his story was. He's born. I think he was born in Switzerland. I think.
Yeah.
I believe his mom is from either Campbellton or Dalhousie, one of those northern communities. So that's what made him eligible for the Q draft. I knew nothing about this kid, and when I saw he was a 10th round pick, I was like, okay.
Which is rare for those just tuning in. Like, this is our draft insider that we're going to get into later on in the season. But yeah,
I've already got my top 10 for Atlantic Canada, by the way.
Nice.
Which we'll get into next.
We'll get
week.
into when we
I'd never heard of this kid. I didn't know anything about him. I knew I saw his name as a 10th round pick. I was like, okay, I don't know anything about you. You don't see very many 10th round picks playing in the league. And for a player, well, you do, but I know these names, right? It's, I follow midget hockey enough to know, okay, well, this guy's a 10th round pick. He might have a chance to play in the league someday. I mean this with the greatest amount of respect, but for the life of me, I never thought we'd see the day Miles Mueller played a game in the Q.
Nope. I can remember the day he was drafted. You were like, I don't know. Like, and you knew him, but you didn't think.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean that with the most respect, just because I didn't know who he was. And I think that's a testament to just the drafting, right? They're finding these dark horses in the later rounds. Look, I don't know how many other games he's going to play in this league.
Might play tonight.
He might play tonight. We don't know that. But it just comes back to just finding these late round guys that are they may not contribute. They may just be call ups. But what did the Wildcats say? He was the 5th. How many guys have they had from the 2020 draft? They tweeted it on Sunday when they 5 or 6 already.
Yeah,
no, not that many.
And funny when you said that there was a debut Sunday, I thought Ethan Delamont because he's right in that backyard. Now, I thought maybe – I didn't know Pavan was out, so I thought Pavan was playing forward. Delamont would be the extra defenseman. So we've had Loshing, Yasenza, Casey, Mueller, Danielle. Yeah, 5.
5.
Yeah.
And they had 9 players in the lineup that were 16 or 17.
Yep.
And they're with these teams, right? They're playing with these teams.
And you go back the year before. Pavan, Pilat, Summers, Shediac Sniper, LeBlanc, DeRose's played, Isaac Wilson's played. So again, like Chian's played. Obviously Zach LaRue's played, but
Who?
yeah.
Laura who?
The newest forward for the Trois-Rivières Aces.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And I didn't watch the game, so I'm kind of hoping he plays in Bathurst so I can see what he plays like. But, I mean, I wasn't going to expect anything from – I picked him to score the first goal of his Q career, and the Wildcats pick a goal because nobody else is, and you shoot your shot. But, yeah, it's a testament to exactly what you talked about last week. When you're in the 9th, 10th round, you have to hit on players that could play eventually in your lineup. Are they going to play, year 1? Probably not, but good on him, and hopefully he gets to play some more. The Sea Dogs game, no idea what to expect on Friday. I mean, we've seen everything from Moncton winning 6-2 to getting their heart broken to tripping in overtime. Like it's
So we got what? A game tonight, we had a game Friday, and we get a game Sunday.
Yep. And that's our March schedule. And
Crazy. What do
Just
you want out of these 3?
what do I want?
Yeah.
I want
Points wise.
so 6 points. Give me 3 points.
That's what I'm thinking.
Now whether that's 3 overtime losses, sure.
Take it.
Take it and run. But I think they get a win, a loss, and an OT loss.
I got to ask when this schedule came out, I got to ask what I thought the record would be after 8 games. I had people saying they're not going to win a game. I had people saying they're only going to win 1 game. I said they were going to go 3-4-1, whether it be an overtime loss or a shootout loss.
I think I said 2-6.
If we can get 3 wins in 8 games,
Sold.
so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like that's 3, 6, 7 out of 16 points against Bathurst and St. John. I'll take it any day.
Yep. Who were expected to be at the top of the division and compete.
Mm-hmm.
And when this schedule came out, you're looking at who we were playing, and you're like, man, we got to play these 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like we might go 0-8, but
it's been a hell of a ride. Like it's been a really, really productive couple of weeks that I think have surpassed many people's expectations.
Well, we've both said it. They're not going to be Bathurst bad.
No.
And they're going to surprise some teams. And, I mean, I think they're surprising. I think Bathurst after 7-2 probably thought this one's like, yeah, we can start Arsenal because it doesn't, like,
Right.
7-2. I think St. John kind of thought the same thing. They've got that aura of what they're expected to do against Moncton, and it bit him in the ass in the first one. So, I think 3 points in these final 3.
3 points in 3 games. I'll take it.
I believe Fillion gets another start.
Oh yeah. Because it's Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Yeah, I hope he gets at least 1. I don't know when.
Bold prediction tonight.
You think?
Yeah.
I know the boys on Bathurst will love that.
Maybe not. Maybe go give him against St. John because they gave him 7 goals there. And when you say the boys in Bathurst, you mean the podcast boys? I thought you meant the team. Yeah, no, I think I'd maybe save him for St. John because DLC's played every game against them, so they know DLC. Maybe give them another home game. I mean, you don't know how many games you're gonna have left, so you might as well show off your top.
Yeah, I would give him 1. I would give him St. John just for the hell of it.
Yeah. St. John hasn't seen him yet, so
yeah, that's part of it, right?
Yeah.
You got to go with. Yeah. Okay, I'll go St. John just because I haven't seen him yet, and just because I know he wants to rebound from that first game. And because, if you look at his goals against and his save percentage, they're not pretty. But there's
Step one.
baby steps right now,
Yeah.
right? If he wins 8-7, it's cool. If he wins 1-0, cool. I don't care. Like it's just get him into game action. Because like I said earlier, if there was another coach behind this bench right now, he'd be glued to Philon would have his ass glued to the bench. It wouldn't even play.
I think he'd be up in the stands, and they'd have a 17, 18-year-old
Probably
goaltender.
some cast off from the Ontario Hockey League. Yeah. That's actually more realistic.
What I do know is Friday. So we tweeted out the last home game was the number 1 rated event in Canada, 2291 fans. Last game, 2294. So if you want to be a part of
Still
the biggest
breaking
event,
records.
Yeah, if you want to be a part of the biggest event, A, use your ticket from November 27th. B, get your tickets. There should be some left on Ticketmaster. So you're going to be entertained. This team you're going to be entertained against this. Last one, 7-2 is 9. 8-7. Let's give the over-under at 9.
For what?
Total goals against Bathurst tonight. Taking the over, you're taking the under.
Oh, I'll go under.
Yeah.
I'm going to go under tonight.
Because they scored 9 in the first one and 15 in the second. So
I think it might be a little bit of a defensive showdown, this one.
At least the coaches are hoping so.
Yeah. No, I'll take the under on 9. Yeah. But ask me again later in the week on that Friday night and Saturday night. And that's that Friday night and Sunday game. I might have a different answer for you.
I'm going to go ahead and take the over, and I'm going to go 6-4. Not going to say for who. It's going to go 6-4 because it'll be an empty netter. So, that's our preview. So let's get to, for everyone who's new to the show, this will now become your favorite part of the week.
Eric Murray Realty. Buy a house from him.
Stick tap of the week.
So we're kind of going to stick a little close to home here. And it ties back to the whole supporting small businesses. And I want to give the stick tap of the week to JDI, so the Irving Company. Because what the Irving Company did is they gave a $100 gift card, MasterCard, to 140,000 of their employees. So that's $1.4 million.
Wow.
In gift cards that JDI gave to their employees. So each one of these 140,000 employees got a $100 MasterCard with the sole purpose of promising that you'll spend it at a small business. I think that's awesome.
Yep.
Because it's been, for those who haven't watched the show, I know I kind of stress all this importance about small business and making sure these businesses stay open. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And so that was super, super thoughtful. And I know they posted about it. Jesse Vergan, who's actually the chef at the St. John Ale House, he posted on his Facebook page, and he had people commenting saying, "Yeah, I got it too. We went to so and so restaurant and all this, and they get the oddball that says, yeah, I went to McDonald's. Well, go screw yourself, McDonald's." The ones that go eat McDonald's are the same ones who say they're not getting the vaccine because they don't know what's in it, but they're the ones that eat McDonald's, right?
That they tweet on their phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool, really close and a really thoughtful move by the JDI group of companies. And so that was the stick tap. Going back to last week's with the Poutine week. They all got posted to the Facebook page today, and my God, some of them look amazing. There's one I think at Sports Rock, which is like a
nacho. Is that the nacho one?
I don't know what it was, but it's got like diagonally thinly sliced hot dogs with like spicy ketchup dressing on top.
That one, yeah.
I'm like, oh, jumping Jesus! Good thing April 1st is payday because, So what did we say on the over again? We said there's 30 restaurants.
30 restaurants.
11 days. We said 8, wasn't it? 8?
8, yeah.
So I'm going to try to eat 8 poutines in 11 days. That's going to be tough, but I'm going to try to do that. So I think what is it's Feast Atlantic, I want to say.
I believe that's what you said.
Yeah,
Atlantic.
Feast Atlantic, and they've got all the they posted all the poutines. So I'll just name a couple here.
Now, is this obviously you want to go out and support the business and go there and have the poutines, but can you get them ordered home to you too, or is it just a dining in experience?
That I don't know, because what I'm thinking of doing is when we do our show on April the 6th, we'll be recording on April the 6th.
Yep.
Maybe we can order some poutines and do a live review of the said poutine on air.
That's going to translate much better on YouTube than it did
absolutely.
last time when we were doing it. We were just
stuffing
talking
our faces with poutine.
Yeah.
So just looking things over, Lenny's Takeout in Shediac looks like absolute horse shit. So don't go there. It's literally just popcorn chicken on top of fries, cheese, and gravy. Sorry, but that's not a poutine. That's
popcorn chicken.
You're supposed to elevate it, take a poutine to the next level.
Yeah.
And throwing popcorn chicken on top of a poutine is not a poutine.
That helps no one.
That's, you're not doing anything with it.
Yeah.
Where's the one from Sports Rock? Because it literally looked absolutely fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling through these here because I know there was here. Is this it? No, that's the one in Dieppe.
There's one that's like a nacho grande.
This is the one, Mountain Road. The Bring Me Back Poutine. Get a little listen. We're bringing you back to a few nostalgic kids' faves. Mac and cheese, home-cut fries, bacon, deep-fried hot dogs, drizzled in a mild sweet chili ketchup. Like,
I think I want that one on
you want to
April
talk about,
6th.
okay, look, get that 911 ambulance on speed dial, because that's just a heart attack on a plate.
Yeah.
I don't care about the gravy. Like, gravy's okay, right?
Yeah.
But this is taking a poutine and elevating it, taking it to the next level. Mac and cheese and hot dogs on a poutine? Sign me up.
Sold.
Stick
Done.
it in my veins.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely phenomenal. So that's definitely one of those ones where it's going to be a go-to.
Mm-hmm.
I've already told Megan, I said, I know what we're doing on April 1st for supper is going to the Sports Rock. A few of them look really good. A few of them are actually kind of fancy-looking poutines too, which, not a big fancy food guy, but if you can, step up your game and make it into a poutine, maybe I'll try it. But that Sports Rock one's got my name written all over it.
You know what? You should, for all of them that you're doing, just take a picture and we'll put it on the old Instagram.
Yes, we can do that. Yep.
As I said earlier, you're going to want to follow us on Instagram. Those are some excellent stick taps, sir.
Thank you. Oh, man. My mouth's watering. I drink all my
The
water.
Stick Tap of the Week, sponsored by Eric Murray Real Estate with the RE/MAX Avante team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Greater Moncton or surrounding area, make sure to check him out on social media or give him a call at 506-863-8802.
All right, now it's time for the Rosemary Lynn's Massage Wildcat of the Week. Massage. Look, this was a good week for rookies. This team is showing that they have depth. Two of their top 6 players were out. Guys in Barbashev and LaBelle. Guys stepped up. And one of those guys that had a really good week had a goal and an assist in back-to-back games on Wednesday and Saturday. He was the hardest worker during Saturday's contest. He followed it up with a goal against St. John on Sunday. He's got a 3-game goal streak, a 5-game point streak. Your Rosemary Lynn Massage Wildcat of the Week is number 15, Matthias Cloutier. He looked at me like I said.
No, I thought you were going with a different player, and then I was going to try and be like, "Oh, can I give an honorable mention?" And my honorable mention is going to be Cloutier, so I think that's pretty cool.
Caught you by surprise. I was like,
very much.
I was like, no way, I said his name wrong. Like I'm not.
No, I thought you were going Hudson, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
There was a few I could have got. I almost went Bernier too. He could get an honorable stick tap.
Yeah.
So don't forget Rosemary Lynn Massage. Her grand opening is April 19th from 4 to 8. April 20th is her opening day. She's going to do relaxing, therapeutic, deep tissue massage, mommy-to-be massage, among whatever you can get. She'll do it. They're located at 1224 Mountain Road, Unit 6. You can book your appointment starting April 9th. Call Nicole at 830-1224. As well, you can follow her on Facebook and Instagram, Rosemary_Lynn's_massage. That's it. that'll do it for this week. Again, thanks for everyone for joining us on the podcast as well. Thanks for everyone joining us on YouTube. Again, don't forget to subscribe and like on YouTube. Let's grow this thing. Let's make our faces famous. Friday, St. John, user November 27th ticket. That'll do it for us. We got no idea what the April schedule will bring, but we'll be back next week to at least recap the final 3 games.
Bring me that bubble.
Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Wildcast podcast. Follow us on social media at Moncton Wildcast.